and outside the capacity of what is deemed reasonable to happen within a natural possibility, by definition it becomes supernatural.
So it's impossible to demonstrate the supernatural with any evidence?
No, of course not.
Well, give me a piece of evidence that can demonstrate the supernatural is true.
Well, because if something falls outside of...
Give me an example.
The Quran.
That's not a piece, that's not supernatural.
How do you know?
Well, the content.
Well, you haven't studied it, have you?
Well, in itself, it's not supernatural.
How do you know?
Well, what's supernatural about it?
Yeah, but that's the question now, isn't it?
No,
that's the look. That is the question. That's the question.
Give me something supernatural.
Yes.
That's in the Quran.
Okay, so I would say that the Quran makes a prophecy of something to happen.
Give me an example.
Which is there's a chapter called Rome, Surah Rome.
Give me an example.
I'm giving you this. You have to be patient.
Oh, I've been here 10 minutes.
We're starting with smiles.
I'm only asking for one example.
We're starting with smiles.
I'm asking for one example.
Smiles and handshakes, and suddenly you've got into beast
No,
mode again.
I'm not being aggressive. I've just asked for an example. I haven't got one.
That escalated.
I've given you 2 examples.
That escalated really fast, didn't it?
No, I'm not. I've escalated.
Well,
I just want an example.
Well, let me give you the point. I've forgotten the point you said now. What about Surah Rome? Okay.
I'm asking.
Okay.
How do you prove?
Okay.
How do you prove reasonably?
Okay. Let me do that.
With evidence that the supernatural is real.
Okay. Let me do that. So the Quran basically gives a prophecy, and it talks about the Roman and the Persian empires. At that time, the Roman empires took a very heavy defeat, to the extent where it was deemed that they would actually be annihilated, wiped off. They were just on their last legs. The Quran makes a prediction. Within 9 years, the Romans will once again be victorious, and it says something very odd, in the lowest lands. Now, there are 2 things that really stand out about this statement. Number 1, that the Romans actually did once again become victorious, and the part where they fought was around the Dead Sea, which was the lowest land anywhere on earth.
So, well, the prophecy. Can we put the prophecy into a nutshell?
Yes.
The Romans would be on top, then they would be defeated, then they would come back.
Yes.
It's not much of a prophecy, that is it?
Well, it is a prophecy.
It's not much of a prophecy.
Well,
all empires.
All
empires.
Yeah.
It's not much of a prophecy to say empires rise and fall, then rise again.
I'll tell you why it's extraordinary.
Empires do that all the time.
Of course they do. Let me explain to you why it's extraordinary.
It's a truism.
Yes.
What you've just said.
Yeah.
Its truth content is very
No,
small.
but let me explain to you why it's so profound.
What's profound about empires rising and falling?
I'll explain to you. Because if you have a motivation of a man who's giving a message whereby he is either lying or he's delusional. No, but please give me a chance.
Let's talk
I've forgotten your name now.
Let's talk about
What's your name again?
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this particular example.
Come on.
No. I just want to talk about this example, that empire rising and falling.
Okay.
Empires rise and fall all the time.
Empires rise and fall all the time.
It's a trivial argument.
Oh, but hold on a second.
It's a trivial example.
Okay. You say it's a trivial example, but I would say it's a profound example. I'll tell you why.
What's profound about it?
I'll tell you why. First of all, it's profound because it's something completely counterintuitive.
There's nothing intuitive. It's not counterintuitive.
Relax, hold on.
Common sense.
I haven't finished my point yet.
It's common sense.
I haven't finished my point yet. Number 2, if a man is saying, I'm a prophet of God, and he makes prophecies, and he makes counterintuitive prophecies.
There's nothing counterintuitive about it.
It is counterintuitive if you're on your last legs.
No, there's
If Mike Tyson is in a ring with you,
there's nothing counterintuitive
but if Mike Tyson is in a ring with you, and he gives you a lovely combination, and you're on the ground.
No.
And your jaw's broken, and your shoulders dislocated, and your legs broken, and then somebody makes a prophecy that he's going to get up and he's going to beat Mike Tyson, then you'd probably say, look,
but that didn't happen
this guy's
in this case.
It did, absolutely it did.
We're talking about a trivial example of an empire falling and then rising and falling again.
Let me just finish.
That happens all the time in history.
Let me just finish my point.
Finish it then.
Okay. So first of all, not only is it counterintuitive, but let me just finish my point. Relax. Number 2, had that not happened, so had the Persians just relax a second. If the Persians had gone back and actually completely annihilated the Romans, because remember these empires did fall, by the way, but they eventually fell to the Muslims, right? But the point,
all the time.
hold on a second, right? So if the Muslims had indeed gone first and defeated the Romans, the prophecy would have failed. If the Persians had gone back and finished them off, the prophecy would have failed. Now, in reality, if that had happened, the Quran would have been falsified.
It's not 50. I don't think you understand what Abbas is saying. Abbas is saying so the verse was actually revealed when the Romans were actually on their last legs.
Literally.
I don't want empires.
No. But let's say someone come down right now, right, and said, let's say I said to you, in 9 years' time, Palestine are going to overthrow Israel. Saying I said that to you.
People say that might happen. It's a reasonable.
It's very unlikely, isn't it?
It's highly unlikely.
I don't think it is unlikely.
And in the case Abbas is talking about, it's even further unlikely because the Romans were literally on their last legs. They literally lost.
In the Second World War,
No, but the point Abbas is saying is, if he gets it wrong, Islam would be finished.
That's right.
So if
you're putting all your eggs in one basket because you're giving a prophecy.
Not only as he said,
these prophecies are two a penny.
Okay, fine. Okay, that's a good. That's
two a penny.
Okay, that's a point I'd like to refer to. That. Now let's say.
Can we give a more specific? Can we give a more specific? A more specific
prophecy.
Prophecy.
Okay.
That's falsifiable.
So there's another component to this as well, which is that if you now make multiple prophecies, and they all come true, and you don't ever get anything wrong, this now becomes, on balance of probability, highly likely.
It's a probability,
well, everything is a probability.
What is it?
Everything is.
Not if it's supernatural.
Everything. Well, in life,
not if it's supernatural. It's not a probability.
Even arriving at look, you're not even allowing me to refer to what you said. Even arriving at a conclusion that something is supernatural is going to be a probabilistic analysis.
No, not if it's supernatural.
Of course it's going to be.
Supernatural prophecies are absolute.
Tell me what prophecy could be an absolute.
I don't know, you tell me. I don't believe in prophecy.
So it's a probabilistic.
I don't believe in prophecies
but
at all.
It's going to be
Marxists,
at best.
Marxists were talking about prophecies all the time.
And they got many things wrong.
Some of them were right.
Exactly.
It must have seemed in 1917 that prophecies were coming to it was happening. The world was going to turn communist.
But is it impressive? What's your name, sorry? What's your name?
He gave it last time. I don't know.
What's your name?
Oh, Jordan.
No, I'm not giving my name.
Okay, fine.
Let's call you Mr.
Well, nice to meet you.
Let's call you Mr. Angry.
I'm not angry.
You are.
I'm not angry.
Can we at least accept if someone's claiming to be a prophet of God and makes various prophecies?
And they all come true.
They all have to become true. If one of them
even one fault is falsified,
then we wouldn't be standing here talking today about Islam.
You haven't given me a prophecy that's come true yet.
We gave you the one about Romans.
These are trivial prophecies.
They're two a penny. The prophet himself made many prophecies. For example, he said the Bedouin.
But it's like saying your prophecies are like saying sometime this year it's going to rain.
No. That's not fair. I think.
I think it's exactly
that's a very unfair way of looking at it.
I can say. I think the prophecies are so broad, they're meaningless. Well, sometimes it's going to rain, sometimes
I think
empires are going to fall.
No, that's a ridiculous claim.
Why?
No, empires will fall.
And it will rain.
No, but that's a ridiculous analogy, I think.
I don't think it is. I think Marxists talk in the same way. They talk about prophecies
but they got the many things wrong, right?
Because some were right, some were wrong.
Yeah, but the fact that they got some wrong
shows. But it never happened.
Shows.
It never happened.
Shows.
You've been talking about religious prophecies for 1,000 years.
1,400 years.
And nothing's changed. The world's getting more and more atheistic.
That doesn't look.
From my opinion, things are getting more and more atheistic.
Within the Western Hemisphere, the fastest growing religion is Islam.
That's not a prophecy.
I'm not saying. Well, the Prophet, peace be upon him, said that. I'll give you some other prophecies, by the way. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said.
No, but I don't believe this is a proof of the supernatural. The only thing you've demonstrated is that people are making proclamations about different empires. And I think they're trivial prophecies. Some will fall, some will may not.
I think you're not being honest.
I want specific.
If I describe to you an empire that is literally almost wiped out, And
He's
I
not-
predict
I
that
can
within a
predict-
certain amount of
I
time
can
frame,
predict all kinds
that
of things.
umpire is going to overthrow a massive empire.
I can say
that if you're not impressed with that, then,
I'm
you're
not
not being
being-
honest. I don't think you're being honest.
being
sir.
completely,
I don't
I'm
think
not
you're being
impressed by anybody who says, everybody
Okay.
says about their opponents
Okay.
that they're going to fail.
Do you accept that if that prophecy went wrong, Islam would have been?
No,
what?
because I don't think I don't.
You
think
don't
the-
accept that.
I don't think these. I think these prophecies are to a penny.
No. Jordan's point is, though, if any of the prophecies are falsified, it would be then reasonable for somebody to say that is not supernatural.
Well, because